Hey guys, welcome to Speech Bubble. Butch and Jace in an unknown location with the amazing animation Disney producer, Mr. Don Hahn.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here on Speech Bubble, and I just like saying Speech Bubble. Hope you enjoy my clever and witty interview right here on Speech Bubble.
Speech Bubble. We'll just say Speech Bubble ourselves. That Speech Bubble.
Speech Bubble. Now, what's it like to revisit the projects that you worked with at Disney on live-action films? Even though you did Maleficent as well, which live-action Sleeping Beauty.
Yeah, I actually liked Maleficent a lot. It was really
awesome.
Really well done. And now Lion King is out, the live-action Lion King.
I have heard that, yes.
Yes. For the rumor.
You produced that. You produced on that?
I have to be honest, it's really weird. Maleficent, not so much, because I certainly didn't work on it, and I loved Mark Davis came up with that character.
Yeah.
It's not in the original fairy tale. And I had developed it for a while as an animated film, and then Angelina Jolie changed it all. Like when Angelina Jolie calls up and wants to do a film with you, you have to say yes. And it was such perfect casting. And there's a new one coming out. There's Maleficent 2 coming out. So that got that movie going. Lion King is the kind of next step beyond Jon Favreau's Jungle Book in terms of using the computer to animate in photorealistic ways. And it's kind of great because I can remember when Polar Express came out, and there was that kind of, it was great, but it was Uncanny Valley, humans, strong attempt, and loved it.
Same with Beowulf.
These Bob Zemeckis movies, and Bob is fearless about technology. But Lion King, I think, starts anew. If you're in animation, you'd be very wise to pay attention to Lion King. And I don't say that to make myself sound important, but it's really Jon Favreau and his crew, because it's a virtual reality filmmaking process. So you go visit the set at Lion King and you put on goggles, and there's Pride Rock and there's the lions walking around.
Wow.
And John would walk over and say, well, you take the camera, Don, and you see this little virtual camera coming at you, and you pick it up with your controllers, and you move over and you fly the camera around, and you fly up to the top of Pride Rock, and you have complete mobility everywhere.
And you're in an empty stage?
Yeah, it's in a black box theater almost in
Amazing.
Playa Vista. The animation is all rig animated, so there's no motion capture in Lion King, which is astounding because it's really good. Those animators did a great job. So the animation's in cycles, and so you see it cycle, and you see Simba run up and push his dad and say, wake up, Dad, wake up. And you can go over and shoot a close-up, you can shoot a long shot, you can shoot a down shot, whatever you want, and editorial's right next door, so that data goes right next door, and you see a low-res version of it cut into the reel and see if it works, and then it goes off and gets rendered. So the process and the ability of game engines to render stuff really quickly is amazing now, and just changes everything.
And there's a big debate online whether Lion King, the 2019 version, is live action or animated. So being a part of it, what would you call it?
Well, using the vernacular of the last 100 years, it's animated.
Yeah, right?
There's no question. But I think it's right to talk about it, what it is, because it is, some people have called it like virtual cinematography and all that stuff.
Yeah.
The animators who worked on it killed themselves, and they are, honest to God, grown-up animators. So it's an animated film. But I think it's right to debate it and talk about what it is, because it's so different.
Well, then, I think this is the first animated movie remade as an animated movie, right? I can't think of any other movie that's similar.
It's a remake,
Wow, interesting.
Right?
You might be right.
I've never thought of that. Thank God you're here.
Give him the Golden Globe.
Yeah,
I will.
Yes.
I have some pizza.